Hey, what's up, guys? This is Project. We're going to be talking about some changes today. I'm going to take you through a little bit of a walkthrough of what happened in patch 6.02 and Frosty Ks in general, how I feel about them, and some stuff that's changed, some stuff that's the same, and just overall feel, and you know, just let you know where the crits are coming from, and how we're getting them, and how we're getting big, huge, crazy numbers, the frost damage that everybody knows and loves. So we're going to start out with our talent. Okay, so for our talent, one big change was Rolling Blood is now a passive for blood decays and unholy decays. However, for frost, it's not. So in place of Rolling Blood, Plague Bear was added in, where every time you spend runic power by frost striking down your runic power, you add 4 seconds to the duration of your frost fever and blood plague, and that's pretty cool, but not really for frost. I'm not really a huge fan, because, like, yeah, sure, we like to get our diseases up, but a big change happened to Obliterate that we'll talk about later, and it makes it to where our diseases being up is a little bit of a damage increase, but not a crit increase, and we'll talk about that later. Plague Leech, still shit for frost. Just don't. It's pretty terrible. Wasting death runes is not a good time. Unholy Blight is still the way to go. It has been decreased from 2 minutes to 1.5 minutes, which we're a huge fan of. Let's see, Lichborn has another useful thing. For Frosty Ks and Frost only, we don't have Death Coil anymore, so we can't Lichborn and heal ourselves a lot. So in place of that, when we pop Lichborn, we have a leech of 10%, and we also have the Fear Charm Sleep immunity that came with Lichborn. AMZ is still very situational, and for PvP purposes, not really what we're going for. Purgatory is still Purgatory, and if you think you're gonna get one shot and you're running with a healer, sure, maybe Purgatory is a good way to go. It'll keep you from just going down and not knowing what to do about it. Disadvance makes you faster. Chillblade still slows people. Asphyxiate still stuns people and replaces Strangulate. Blood Tap is the same. Runic Empowerment and Runic Corruption both changed in the same way. So we got 1.5% chance per runic power spent to increase your rune regeneration by 100% for 3 seconds, is what Runic Corruption says. And then for Runic Empowerment, when you spend runic power, you have a 1.5% chance for a fully depleted rune, or to randomly activate a fully depleted rune. So that being said, between those two, since our runic speed, which I'll show you here, our runic speed is 7.56. Let's see, let's find it. Rune speed, my bad, 7.59 seconds is the recharge time for each of your runes. So cut that in half, because the runic regeneration rate is going to be increased for 3 seconds. That's 3.7545, somewhere in there. So just under 4 seconds. So for 75% of the time you're regenning runes, you're gonna regen 6 runes at 75% of those runes. That is more than 1 rune per frost strike. In my book, it is. So when are you generally gonna frost strike? As a two-hander DK, Frost DK, you're going to be frost striking yourself down when you are depleted on runes, and then Runic Corruption is going to bring all your runes back up to full pretty quick, and then you're going to obliterate them down again and frost strike back your runes through Runic Corruption. So I think Runic Corruption is definitely the way to go. Death Pact changed because we can't raise allies anymore. We can't use a ghoul at all. Like at all. You can't even use them as a damage buff. So we got nerfed a little bit, sure. But our Death Pact now heals you for 50% of your max health and absorbs incoming healing equal to 25% of max health for 15 seconds. So basically you heal yourself for half of your max HP, but it's at the cost of like basically putting a necrotic strike on yourself. So you have to say, I'm Death Pacting, right? Like heal big, which generally when you have to Death Pact, your healer is going to heal you real big. But it's an instant 50% heal, and you don't have to summon a pet first, so you don't have to waste a global summoning the pet and then using Death Pact. I think it's cool. Conversion is conversion. It got nerfed. And Death Siphon is still shit. So conversion used to be 10 to activate and then 5 afterwards. So keeping it up for a long period of time was not very taxing. Now it's 10 runic power per second and it doesn't cost anything to activate. And that sucks because over time you're going to get rune depleted, you're going to get taxed very hard, and you're not going to have any fucking runic power to frost strike people with. So conversion, unless you know it's going to be a long fight, like unless you know it's going to be like dot classes, like you're not gonna use conversion right now, especially with the state of the game and numbers being how they are. We're doing level 99 damage with level 90 health pools, so basically everybody gets like a crit off and then they kill somebody. That's basically how the game is right now. The game is ridiculously in YOLO mode, and I'm a huge fan, and you should be too. Frosty Case very much excel right now. Gorfine's Grasp, I can't tell if these guys are gonna pull in, if Gorfine's Grasp is gonna pull in everybody, or if it's just gonna pull in the 4 like it was before. My dog is sleep yipping right now, and it's pretty awesome. It's pretty damn cute. So Gorfine's Grasp, I don't know if it's gonna pull everybody in or if it's just going to be the 4 like what they nerfed it to before, but I'm kind of interested to test this out. I haven't been able to get into a BG because the BG queue times are like 40 minutes and I have anything else to do than wait in a queue for 40 minutes. So I'm sorry, as soon as that gets fixed I'll go hit up a BG and let you guys know, but until then, yeah, damn that. Remorseless Winter still slows people, applies 5 stacks. At 5 stacks, it stuns for 6 seconds. Desecrated Ground, still the way to go in Arena because it gives you an extra trinket. And if you're like me and you play like a man, you use 2 DPS trinkets and a Blood Fury because that's awesome and a good time. And the new 100 talents, we have, actually I'm going to start from the right because I'm going to save the best for last. Breath of Syndragosa is a very big blasty blast skill. It does a lot of damage every second, 15 runic power, plus 15 per second. It's on a 2-minute cooldown, so obviously this is a big fucking cooldown. It does 2200 Shadow Frost damage per second in a cone in front of you. What the fuck? What's rolling? Okay, so it does 2200 Shadow Frost damage per second in a cone in front of you within 12 yards. So that's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage to everybody in front of you. So I can definitely see applications for this in PvP, but Arena, probably not. You're probably not going to get a lot of use out of this. Not to mention 15 runic power per second. So you're going to get 7 ticks of this. That's a lot of damage. But then 2 minutes afterwards, nah, dude. Like, you're kind of kind of useless for 2 minutes again. And it's gonna deplete all your runic power too, so you're gonna wind up getting rune starved using that. Not really a fan. Defile I see as more of a blood talent, maybe an unholy talent. It's definitely it's gonna be a beast FC talent, but basically you spend 1 unholy rune and it defiles the ground targeted by the DK every second. If there's anybody standing in that defile, it's going to deal 606 Shadow Frost damage to them, and grows in radius and damage by 2.5%. So that's every second. Okay. It doesn't say how long it lasts. It says it has a 30-second cooldown, but it doesn't say how long it stays on the ground. So potentially infinite? Probably not. It doesn't say. So I mean, maybe it'll just get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger until people leave, or you kill everybody, or you die. One of those. So maybe blood tanking is going to be cool. I don't really know, but basically it's a 10% wall for you from everybody that's standing within that defile. I would like to note that it is a. It also doesn't say like how big it is. So once we get there, we'll see how big the actual defile starts out to be and how big it can get. I think blood is going to benefit from this and could be a potential tanking class. Probably not because of mobility issues, but maybe. And then we have Necrotic Plague, which is a powerful disease. Deals 51 Shadow Frost damage per stack every 2 seconds for 30 seconds, so up to 15 stacks. If people try to hit you when you have Necrotic Plague on them, they give you 3 runic power, 2 runic power whenever they try to hit you. I don't know what the, if there's a cooldown on that or how that really works, but basically if people with Necrotic Plague hit you, they feed you runic power, which in the long run is going to hurt them more than they realize it is, because 2 runic power, if a couple of different people have Necrotic Plague, that's going to be 4 per second, potentially, and people are going to hurt themselves by feeding you Frost Strikes. I'm just saying. This is going to be really good. The cool thing about it is it replaces Blood Plague and Frost Fever, which a lot of you that are thinking Obliterate is still the same are going to be like, dude, Obliterate's fuck. Like, we need more diseases, right? But not the case. Blood Plague and Frost Fever are going to get replaced by this, and every time it does damage, it's going to jump to anybody within 8 yards of it. So it's going to just spread. It's going to AIDS out, right? It's gonna spread like anything on Plague Inc. If you guys have seen that game, it's going to spread super crazy fast. And anything that applies Frost Fever or Blood Plague is going to increase the number of stacks that it gives to them. So every time you Howling Blast, it's going to apply another stack of Necrotic Plague to that person. So if you can get them up to like 7 stacks, right? Then Obliterate a bunch of times, your Necrotic Plague is going to be very useful. So basically the idea is you want to try to get them up a bunch of stacks and then let it sit for like 15-20 seconds, and then get them up a bunch of stacks and let it sit for 15-20 seconds. That's going to be a good plan. That's going to be the way to go. I think in like every application ever, Necrotic Plague is going to be fucking sweet. Maybe not for PvE because you don't want to pull random shit, but within 8 yards, man, you're going to have aggro on it. So maybe then too. So a big deal too, as far as glyphs are concerned, there's a bunch of stuff going on, but there's nothing that is a huge deal, except for the glyph of empowerment. Okay, so for Frost or Unholy, your Empower Rune weapon also heals you for 30% of your maximum health. I can definitely see that being amazing. And keep in mind, it is a 5-minute cooldown, so like, yeah, it seems overpowered, but it's not really, because it's a super long cooldown. You can't just like spam it. And I mean, basically that's it. Like there's not really a whole bunch of extra stuff. Oh yeah. Regenerative magic, Glyph anti-magic shell. Those have not changed, but they do now share an exclusive thing. They can't be used together anymore, which sucks. But there's also another one that can be used, and it's in with those two. Glyph of Absorb Magic, it increases the total damage absorbed by anti-magic shell by 100%, but anti-magic shell no longer generates runic power. Well, that's fucking stupid. So I'm still thinking Glyph of AMS is the way to go, or regenerative magic if you know you're going to take a little bit of magic damage, but not a whole lot. It's going to like destroy you, depending on which one. But not giving yourself runic power, I mean, that's just stupid. You don't want to do that. Runic power is huge. Especially for getting more runes going through runic corruption. So we gotta have those frost strikes, man. Glyph of Dark Sim is still really good, and Glyph of Icy Touch, those are what I'm gonna be running, and obviously alternating between AMS and regenerative magic as needed. When the Necrotic Plague happens, I do think that Glyph of Endure during infection might be good, maybe, if you don't have any Dispel protection. But at the same time, if you have Dispel protection, Necrotic Plague is going to be OP. So you might not want to use this and nerf yourself by 15%, or nerf your dots by what is it, 15%? Yeah, you don't want to do that. And then last but not least, the changes to our abilities. We said that Death Coil was no longer a thing. The ability to raise allies is not a thing anymore. Both of those are complete and totally gone. And they combined Thread of Thessarian with Mind of the Frozen Waste. They do the exact same fucking thing that they did before. No big change there. Our Killing Machine is based on your auto attacks. They just have a chance to give your next Obliterate or Frost Strike an automatic crit. And as far as talents are concerned and passives are concerned, nothing big and huge. And this is the deal I was talking about with Obliterate. I was being a little bit vague because I didn't want to like give it completely away. But your Obliterates now, they just do a lot of damage, a ton of damage. They have a 45% chance to make your Howling Blast or Icy Touch consume their runes. So they are not affected by how many diseases you have on the target anymore. So instead of Plague Striking to get that extra disease up on somebody, thinking, oh, I gotta get a disease up, and then wasting your Unholy Rune that you needed to obliterate them, you just fucking obliterate them, and if you can get the plague up later, that's fine. And if you take Necrotic Plague, you don't even have to worry about Plague Strike anymore. You can just use all your Unholy Runes, and all your Frost Runes, and all your Death Runes for Obliterate. And then you Frost Strike them down, and rinse, repeat, and have fun. And get fed runic power by your Necrotic Plague. It sounds really good. I hope I'm talking it up enough, but I think Necrotic Plague is going to be beast, and I think we're going to be unstoppable. I can't wait. So overall, for me, if you like running in and you like hitting people in the face and you like it doing a whole lot of damage and you like seeing numbers, if you're a numbers kind of guy like I am, you're gonna like Frost a lot. Overall, I'm not gonna say we're the strongest class in the game right now, but if you've got a healer with you and there's no chance of you dying, and you can sit in Frost presence for a long period of time, you're gonna kill everything in your path. And that's exactly what we're designed to do, and I'm excited. So, thanks for watching, guys. I hope it wasn't too long. I hope I haven't, I don't know, brought upon some sort of big nerf for Frosty Case by posting this video. But I'm excited, and you should be too, man. If you play Frost DK, or you just play a DK in general, and you like to, you know, have a fun spec to go to, even if you don't play a DK that much, just hop on your Frost DK, man, and run around and bash some faces in for a little bit. Once everything tiers out, I'm sure that we're not going to be like super crazy overpowered like we are right now, but right now we are for the next month. So for the next month, have a good time, man. Make sure you guys like, favorite, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you liked the video. Share it if you really liked it and you want to tell your friends about it. And just thanks for watching. I appreciate your time. Just like I know you guys that need this sort of video to keep you up to date because you have other stuff going on. I know you appreciate my time. Everybody's time is valuable. So thanks for stopping by, guys. And this is Project, man. Keep hitting shit really hard all the time.